What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be talking about how to use a perfect rocker step, or how to do a perfect rocker step. So the main thing I want to focus on is just how you sell with your upper half, what your feet should do, and when you should use this move, and what specific routes you can use this move on, okay? So I hope this video gives you guys some value, gives you some ins and outs of this specific move, but also, fellas, if you guys want over an hour and a half of specific drills to help wide receivers with route running and press releases, check out that very first link in the description for our route running Bible. It's over an hour and a half's worth of content. We give you access to our 49-minute video on how to improve your route running in 10 days with a step-by-step schedule with sets and reps with the specific route running drills you need to do to improve, and our 20 press release 48-minute long video. So what that is give you 20 press releases you can use, how to use it and when to use it, and then specific drills to work on each one. So very first link in the description, fellas. Hope we get you guys on that soon. Let's get started. So this route right here, main thing I want to focus on is just when we use it and then how to sell this thing, right? Because so this is pretty much essentially, for those of you that don't know, a rocker step is just a quick 1-2 at the top of the break. It's just an in. So like if you're going to be running a post off of this rocker step, it's a double up. So you want to step in the direction you're going first. So it's a in, then out. And then if you were going to be running, like, let's say it's a corner, you'd be stepping out, then back in. Okay. So now the routes we would like to use this on is anything that involves like a speed cut, right? So you could use this on a speed out. You could use this on a dig in some scenarios. You could use this on, and by speed out, I mean 10-yard out, not the 5-yard out. You could use this on 10-yard out. You use this on a dig. You use this on a post. You could use this on a corner, right? So those are all the ones that I like. Anything that you could run off of just that one cut to sell the opposite direction. Because ultimately what we're trying to make this DB think I'm going to do, or you could use it on a fade. You could use it as like you're running up on a fade. You hit him with this out in and then you slip back. I like that against zone coverage. Get to that blind spot and get this ball over the top. So there are a lot of different situations you could use it and a lot of things you could set up on it. You could use a rocker step. You go out in blind spot, run a comeback, right? There are a lot of different things. Justin Jefferson does that. You've seen him do that before. So this rocker step, we're essentially trying to make him think I'm going the opposite direction. Simple as that, just like a double up off the line of scrimmage. But how I sell that is where guys get in trouble, right? So you see how he makes this first cut. The thing about this first cut is we got to give a little bit of a sell with my upper half on this first cut, but the first cut has got to create some energy. It's got to be sudden. So many guys will try to do a rocker step, but this step is super soft. It's like they're planting half-assed, right? You got to be sudden with that cut. You got to really shoot that foot down so you can push back to the outside and be able to actually like somewhat not decelerate, but like create that energy, right? Because you don't want to slow down on this, but to be able to give yourself that control, that first step has got to be sudden. Now I got to actually throw with my upper half because a DB in off-man coverage, his eyes are incredibly high, so that's easy money for any wide receiver. But if his eyes are disciplined on those hips, I actually got to sell with my hips. So you see how this receiver does a great job, shoulders and hips both committed on this break, and he's just catching himself with that foot. That's exactly what we need to do. You see Odell work this a lot, and no matter when he does this, whether it's a triple rocker, I personally don't like that, but I've seen him work that, or whether it's a double, that weight stays on that inside arch of his foot, not to the point where he's way outside of his frame and putting stress on that knee, but he's underneath this frame, but he's selling with his upper half. He's throwing his hip to the outside direction, but that weight stays here. So when he makes this move and gets this DB to jump, he could actually drive and push off of that leg because you see how well he's pushing. This is where we want to try to get to. I sell with my upper half. When I put the brakes on to actually push, I can accelerate out and use that cut to give me that energy so I can accelerate back to the ball. It's a perfect example of how to do a rocker step right here. Let's watch this thing again, full speed one more time. Great job closing the distance, working that 1-2, being sudden with those feet, then accelerating back upfield. Great route.